And first up, Logan Thomas back at practice. And he's been out for several weeks now. What, 5 weeks? 5 weeks, I think we've been missing.
It might have been more.
Right. And then, of course, Ricky Seals-Jones went out against Tampa. So we had to rely on Bates and Sammis Reyes a little bit, mostly Bates.
Bust.
This is John Bust. But, yeah, so how – and then, of course, also we're going to be getting Curtis Samuel back potentially. He's back at practice also.
Good in practice.
How – like, this offense has looked pretty darn good the last 2 weeks, especially last week against the number one pass defense in the league. All of a sudden, how good could this offense be coming down the stretch with the defense playing a little bit better, and you get two of your most important weapons outside of Terry, your second and third most important weapon, probably Logan number 2 and Curtis number 3. How dynamic could this be?
If Curtis can be Curtis, man, we should run the table. Because if you can't stop us now, because you got to think about it. Ricky Seals-Jones be back. Now we know, well, I'd been new, but now we know Ricky Seals-Jones is definitely a threat. You put him and Logan out there, then you put the different kind of things you can do on offense with Ricky Seals back, Curtis back, Logan there. I mean, our offense has already been putting up points without them, 28, 31, 20s. You get both of them back, it's over. And then the defenses that we playing on the stretch, they're not good. None of them. We can have our way. We got Seattle, terrible defense.
Terrible, yep.
Dallas defense is not really all that good.
It's well coached, but it's not the most talented.
And we're going to abuse them. And then we got the Eagles twice. Giants are no Blake Martinez. They just fired Jason Garrett. They're dumpster fire.
I mean, good night. Tampa Bay just walked down the field like they were like getting them 9 yards a play in the first half. It was just
a healthy
outrageous.
Curtis.
Yeah.
I mean, we can go far. We can be dynamic. We can build off of this. And I think once he gets back, we didn't even really open up the playbook really because he hasn't been here. But you look at, you still got Carter, Dax, Humphreys when making big catches when they matter most. You got all these guys making plays. We're good. And adding them two, it's just gonna be even better.
Those jet sweeps and reverses all of a sudden actually, and also some screenplays, all of a sudden have some potency, right? Like, we've gotten Terry a couple times in the screen game, and he's really the only one that's been any decent. And, of course, running backs do a decent job out of the screen game. J.D. McKissick, Antonio Gibson, you think about that great screen against Buffalo. That was the 70-yard touchdown play. But we haven't really had any dynamic jet sweeps. Even with Carter, we like what Carter's doing, but he's nowhere near Curtis Samuel. He doesn't have the center of gravity Curtis Samuel has. He's not as fast. He's got some good speed, but he's not as fast as Curtis. He's not as skilled as Curtis, even though we like what we've seen out of Carter. But we've tried to give it to, like, Cam Sims. Absolutely not. We try to give it to Adam Humphreys. No shot. Like, Curtis is leagues above guys like that. And I'm excited to see if Curtis is actually finally healthy after sitting for all this time. Because I don't think he's played at all the last 2 weeks, and he had the bye week. So he sat there for 3 complete weeks. And did he play before the bye? So it might be a whole month.
And he's going to basically not doing nothing tomorrow.
Yeah, and he has an extra day. Yeah, exactly. He has an extra day going into Monday. So basically a full month off for Curtis Samuel, who was already healthy enough to play a little bit, at least. So the torn groin has got to be somewhat healthy by now. Like, this can't be continuing to linger at this. This is just so frustrating, and I'm sure he's probably the most frustrated by this, of course. And then you get Logan Thomas back, arguably a top 10 tight end. Definitely, he was a top 10 tight end last year statistically.
In the red zone,
yeah,
with him and Ricky Seals.
Yep, way better than Ricky Seals-Jones in the red zone for sure, and better than pretty much anybody in the red zone. Like, there's an argument that he's better than Terry in the red
I ain't
zone.
going that far.
Well, because of his size. I mean, he's a
Yeah, but we
6'4"
don't really use
big boy
Terry in
human
the red
being.
zone.
Well, but in the red zone, your speed doesn't matter as much because there's not as much field to cover, and obviously Terry's got a lot. So I'm saying, of course, outside, like in between the 20s, Terry's got Logan by a mile. I love Terry, but strictly speaking, in the red zone, Logan is probably our number one target on this entire team. So we get that kind of a guy back. We get a guy that's a Swiss Army knife like Curtis Samuel. You could use him like Deebo Samuel and put him in the backfield. Like they've been running Deebo Samuel all the time. You could put him in the backfield. Now, basically, when you have J.D. McKissic, Antonio Gibson, and Curtis Samuel on the field, you have 3 running backs. How in the world is a defense game plan for that? You don't know what in the world they're doing every time. Like, you could have 2 running backs in the backfield, and then Curtis could take a jet sweep. Like, imagine if we had, like, a running quarterback like Lamar Jackson in this or something, Kyler Murray. Like, and we could literally run.
What did I say?
We could literally run the Navy-style offense in the NFL.
I know Roger would like that.
We could run that style offense. The quadruple option. It'll be called the quadruple option. You could fake the jet sweep, fake the run up the middle for the fullback, run it with your quarterback, and pitch it to Antonio Gibson. Like, hand it to Curtis on the jet sweep, fake that, hand it to Antonio Gibson up the middle as a fullback, and then pitch it out to a quick J.D. McKissic on the outside, or have Kyler Murray. Right? Of course, now I'm dreaming, and we're not going to do that. Anyway, but it's still, there's so many options with these 2 guys coming back, and if Ricky Seals-Jones can come back. I don't know the status on him exactly right now, but
we practiced it too.
There you go. So yeah, I still don't think we have like the best weapons in the league, but they're plenty good enough. They're plenty dynamic enough, and and especially considering how this offense has looked with Dax Milne, John Bates, Cam Sims playing a lot of snaps, Adam Humphries playing a lot of snaps. And now you'll all of a sudden have a guy like Logan, Curtis, and you continue to have Terry, Antonio Gibson, J.D. McKissic. I mean, Ricky Seals-Jones. This offense should be able to move the football quite nicely.
This, man, if they continue to do what they're doing, you go out there, you get your Ritter, you plug him in. Nobody's really a high. You really don't got to pay nobody a lot of money but Terry on offense. So I'm holding all that money in my back pocket just in case I might need to go out and, you know what I mean, might be somebody available. They might want to come here and be like, you know what, let me throw this money. I got money here. I ain't got no big name guy. Oh, you already paid Logan. Okay, I already signed Ricky Seals. Not much money for all that talent. Not much money. I got Dax Milne. I got DeAndre Carter. I can give DeAndre Carter a 3-year deal, maybe $15 million. That's nothing. Bring JD back 2 years, 10, 12. You see what I'm saying? You could just throw it in, but they're going to outperform that by light years. But you could throw it at them. They just guys and they willing to do their jobs and come in here and just work. That's it. That's all you want instead of going out here, give me this or
not a lot of egos. There's definitely, I agree. There's like no
that's
ego.
What Ron Rivera don't want.
There's not a single ego on this offense. And really,
and look at the O-line.
Yeah.
None of them, they're just guys. All of them just guys. You don't got no Bakhtiari, like the Chiefs, Lando Brown, Joe Thune, all overpaid. And guess what? We got just guys who really just do their job.
Yeah. It's true.
That's perfect. And then when their contracts come up, hey, give them a little money, give them a little money, give them a little money.
All right. So we're going to happen.